Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I got distracted there. Welcome back, everybody, to another video. I'm going to do a quick video showing you what I'm getting ready to do in the fall. Trying to get everything prepared so that I can start planting the. I've had a lot of weeds come up, so I am just trying to come out and knock some of those back. I don't want to do too much. I'm not trying to till up anything. I did use my broad fork to till up a section that had gotten really bad, but I'm not trying to go. I don't want to till the whole garden. You can see some of the right here. Some of the sun hemp was right here, and I have just cut it. And you leave the roots in the ground to rot. I may have to cut that down more because it might come back. But these over here are the peanuts. I'm going to pull those, and this sun hemp here is leaning over, but I'm trying to wait because I don't know if you can see. Let me get down here. There's little seed pods, so I'll save some of these seeds, and then I can keep. I mean, I still have some seeds, but I'll save those and keep growing it next year when I need a cover crop. But yeah, I'm just trying to get everything ready to go. I've got some pumpkins pre-planted. I've got some. I tried planting Kukuzi gourd, but again, it didn't come up. I don't know. I may need to scarify them before I plant them. I have pruned back these pigeon peas heavily. The ones back there. There's two back there that I've pruned, and then this one right here. So that when they start to push more growth, it won't all be way up there, and I can't, I can't reach it. And then I'm gonna come in here and prune like the mulberry and all that stuff back as well. It looks like it's got something is eating the leaves. It gets little caterpillars. You can see like that. It gets little caterpillars on it, and they'll do that, like leaf roller worms. That's probably what that is. You can see it folded up, that leaf right there. But usually you just prune those back and it'll be fine. I'm gonna have to pull these zinnias here, and I'll just use them. As you can see, in a lot of places around here, all that brown dead material, that was the pigeon peas that I had pruned. You can see it over here as well. And I just chopped it up smaller and left it. And that is a good method of providing mulch for the garden, that you don't have to. I mean, I have wood chips, but you can also do that. Let me see here. We're getting some rain. But so that's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm also gonna plant some more tomatoes, because in all reality, fall is tomato season in Florida, not really spring, because spring, I mean, we really don't have a spring here. It usually goes from being cool to being hot. We have like maybe a month that it's milder temperatures with lower humidity, but most of the time it just goes from being winter to summer, and you don't really have that much of a springtime. So the best time and my favorite time to grow in Florida is the fall. So that is coming up, so I got to get this prepared. And a bunch of stuff running over here, like you can see this grass. But what I'm going to do is, some of this grass I can either hoe up, or I can you can see how tough that is to hoe. Of course, I'm doing it one-handed, but this grass right here just runs and runs and runs. So over here, right in this area, is where I used my broad fork, and right here, because it had gotten so thick. And I used my weed eater to just trim everything down. What I'm gonna do is, I bought some cottonseed meal. I'm gonna throw that down, and then I've got a whole bunch of cardboard. I'm gonna cardboard over the top of it, and then I'm gonna throw mulch on top of that. And then when you plant into that, and I'm gonna do that wherever I plant. So when you mulch on, when you plant, I mean, in that, you just kind of dig a hole. You take a trowel or a knife or something and punch through the cardboard into the soil underneath, and that will help. The cardboard will put carbon back in the soil, and it will help suppress weeds, and it will hopefully, my goal is to kind of give the soil a boost, especially with the cottonseed meal. That's just, you know, a lot of nitrogen, the carbon from the cardboard, and then, you know, it'll suppress these weeds from coming back so much. During the summer, it's just it's you won't have no weeds, but it will hopefully suppress them enough that I don't have to come in and till it up, because during the summer it's so hard to keep the grass and the weeds from growing in here, because we just have so much rain, so much heat, so much sun. It's just the perfect, you know, combination for the grass and the weeds. And so the grass and the weeds aren't bad, because they're naturally what wants to grow out here. You know, it's not a bad thing. You just don't want it around where I'm trying to grow my crops. Now, I'm not going to be, I'm not, you know, so anal about it that I have to have it spotless. That's too much work. And I mean, if you want to do that, then, you know, be my guest and, you know, keep your garden spotless. You know, you probably are a better gardener than me, but I just don't worry about it all that much, because I don't want to take the time to pull every single piece of grass, every single weed. And a lot of times it's not necessary. There's actually some research, and I read this one time, that if you're growing an orchard, like an orange grove or an apple orchard or something like that, instead of plowing the entire field and leaving the rows in between the trees bare, if you can either seed it with grass, whatever grass you want to grow, or you can just let the natural grass come back up. Keep the grass on the rows where the trees are, keep that away, because it will rob nutrients from the trees. But in the middle, like in the walking, in between the trees where you walk, if you grow either, you know, throw down seed, or you let the native grass grow back up, it actually helps protect the soil, keeps it cooler within the orchard, and actually benefits the trees. So there's something to be said about, you know, having a little bit of grass, not getting overly anal about removing every single blade of grass or weed out of your garden, because if it's not strangling out any plants, it's really not hurting anything. You just have to be careful, you know, to not let it get out of hand. And a lot of the grasses here like to run, so like that grass I was just showing you over there, it runs and spreads everywhere. So, but I'll get that, and but I will, what I'm talking about with the cottonseed meal, I'll show you the brand that I ordered. Here's my little wild blueberry plant. I hope it hangs on, because I want to try some wild blueberries. My soursop tree, you can see where, like, this is what I do with my grass clippings. When I mow, they die like that, and then I toss them around the trees. So that's what the easy way to, there's more mulch, and that will rot down and feed the trees. Those white flowers right back there, you don't want to grab one of those. A lot of people call them stinging nettles. Technically here, they're not stinging. Technically, they're called tread softly. They may be in the nettle family, I can't remember. But if you do happen to grab one on accident, it feels like you just grabbed onto hot fiberglass, and it's all in your hands, and it burns for a little while. But let me show you the cottonseed meal that I've ordered. I just bought this on Amazon. That's not gonna hold. Okay, so I got this here. It is 3 1/4 pounds. You can see the analysis there, 732. So it's heavy on the nitrogen, and yeah. So I'm just gonna take this, spread it around put the cardboard on, cardboard on top of that, mulch on top of, and then hopefully that will give me some better results, and hopefully will charge up my soil a little bit. So yeah, I got to get ready for that. I'll plant some of the, not all the seeds that I planted came up, unfortunately, but I'll show you what I did over here. Since I already had some plants, I put down some weed block, and I'm using this to put my, where I'm starting things or have things in pots. And I know people would say that this is not where you should put like seedlings and stuff because the rain's gonna beat on them and all that stuff. Well, this is where I'm putting them for right now. I don't have the ideal situation, so I'm just doing what I can. But I put this down. There's some rock underneath this, but this basket grass comes up and will get all in here, and which is fine, you know, but I don't want it to be right here so that I can put stuff on here. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing for now, and I will come back once I've got everything going and show you the progress. Thanks for tuning in.